Next recording. Hello there, it's me again. It's the second video, guys. It's happening. Only took a couple of months, so here we are. I am making my very own video because I just woke up one day and said, "Hey, actually, it's a great idea that I just have in my head, so I'm gonna do a video about it." Um, Today it's me and my two best friends, Ammar and Ali, that also were in the last video that you should watch. It's a good video, yes. With anime abilities. Why, you ask? Well, I can explain that. Sometimes I just lay in bed and I'm like, if I were in an anime universe, what ability would I have? And then when I got that out about me, I'm thinking about my friends. I'm like, what ability would they have? And that's what I did, and that's what I drew. So let's start. Let's start with Ammar, because he is the first one I drew. He is also the only one I drew until now. And his ability, for me, it just had to be something with time, which is just because when me and Ammar came to know each other, he always did that thing where he just said something like, yeah, that's gonna happen and that's gonna happen, and it always happened that way. And then we just kind of build up that insider that he can look into the future. And I just thought, if that's the insider he has on him, and his ability has to be something with time. So what I didn't want him to, me and him, we talked about it on our own once, and he wanted a ability where he can go through time, but I just think that's a little overpowered, so I'm not giving him that ability because I hate him. So what he got is changing of time. I decided to make it an eye power, like in Dojutsu in Naruto, where he has the power in his eyes. I know, it's so confusing. The power on its own is, in a certain radius around him, he can stop things and change their speed and stuff, just like that. No, fuck. In a certain radius around him, he can stop things. So he can like stop the flow of time in those things. For example, if a rock comes near him, he can just hold it in the air, as if the time stops in that thing. I know. Also, things he touches, he can change the speed of, at least in his early stages. We don't know. Maybe I'm gonna give him power up later. So if you would, for example, again, touch a human and say speed times 2 in a sexy Japanese accent, that human would get double the speed. So like double as fast. Yeah. That's basically his power. And I think it's cool. I like that power. I thought about it a lot, actually, in those last months. I got a lot more things on it. Sometimes I like make myself some own stories, and like I made one with me, Ali, and Ammar, and it's cool and stuff. Maybe I'm gonna talk about it in another video, but that should be it for the power today. I hope you understand what the power is supposed to be. I hope I'm good at explaining. I just don't want this video to be 8 years long like the other one, so I'm gonna hold it short. Altogether, his power is changing the speed of objects, holding them, making them slower, making them faster by touching or just by them coming into his radius. he has to see things. He slows down. So, I mean, it's a dojutsu, makes sense, right? So, next up is Ali, because I want myself to be the last one. Thank you very much. Ali is not a type who fights or is aggressive or something like that. He is a pretty peaceful dude, okay? So I had a hard time making out an ability for him in a shonen type way. So what I did is what every other shonen does with characters that don't really fight but somehow got into a fight troop. He just gets tallness as his ability. Thank you very much. Because like Ali, back then in 5th grade to 8th grade, he was always the tallest in the class. And I just think making his ability that he's tall kind of fits. But also, I didn't just want him to be tall. That would be boring as frick. So what I did, I gave him toughness as well. I know, I'm so smart. So basically, he's a tank. But not always. No, always. He's always a tank. He doesn't get damage at all. He's just so strong. Oh my god. But tallness, like the ability about tallness, is that he can just grow to a fourth of his to a fourth, yeah, 4 times his size, which means he is like, wait, he's 180. That will make him. He is tall and he's strong, and that's basically his ability. He gets a boring ability because he's a boring guy. Ali, if you hear this, fuck you. Um, but I also made that because I think it would be a good ability for him to be like this intimidating guy, and I like that. So his ability is basically just making people scared of his height, even though he can't do anything. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's all you get. I hope I drew a good picture for this. I probably did. Yeah. Here we go. The star of the show. He has arrived. And his name is, I don't know. So me. I get a pretty cool ability. If I can just say that real quick. I got the coolest ability, which is probably not because I just make them, okay? No, but look, I didn't want me to have the coolest thing, but that just happened, okay? It just happened. Maybe I just think it's the coolest because it's my ability and I made it out for myself. You know what I'm saying? So, my ability has something to do with yin and yang, because I just love that. Thank you very much. And it's basically my all of my left side on my body is destruction force, and my right side is creating force, which is like the yin and yang stuff. Right side is white, left side is black, you know. And yeah, that's basically it. With my destruction force, I can destroy everything I touch, just like that, but not in a way, not in a way of Shigaraki, for example, in BNHA, where he just touches the ground and the ground all around him just destroys. But like exactly what I touch just vanishes, as if I would go through, I don't know, butter with a knife. You know what I'm saying? That's basically my destruction force. And with the creating force, I can not destroy anything, but I can create stuff. So I could make a sword out of nothing, for example, but I couldn't cut anything with it, except when I would put destruction force in it, which I cannot in the first half of the story, you know. later, but like at the beginning, not. But like I can use it to block and stuff, which therefore is pretty stupid to make a sword, because why would I make a sword just to block stuff? I can not just create stuff, I can also just like use it for transportation. For example, I could move like Spider-Man with that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically it. I just love yin and yang, what can I say, you know? It's just everything I do has to do with yin and yang in a way, and I love that because I just kind of like yin and yang. What can I love yin and yang because I love yin and yang, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's basically it for this video as well. It's half the length of the last one. I like that. It's just 11 minutes. It's 12 minutes, but I hope I made a good job with this video. I hope you like me. Please like me, and please like this video. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm going to sleep now. Good night, sleep tight, and don't die.